Are you guys ready? Because it's going to be a crazy day. It's going to be a crazy day. We've got a lot to do. I'm just kind of, it's like my final string of procrastination. Before we get started, we're in big trouble. I'm not going to lie. We're in big trouble today. I've already taken way too long to start this. I wanted to start the LMA live stream at like 8 this morning, and now it's already almost 11. So we're in bigger trouble. We're looking at the list, okay? Here's the stuff we have to get done today. The blackjack call samples, the leather patches, the confirmation project, the knives, the aluminum tubes, that's 6, the AK flats, the science equipment, a watch, and some brass plates. All of that we're doing today. Right here on this live stream. This isn't a millijoule. We're here for the LMA, guys. This is the big leagues, okay? I think we need to prioritize a little bit here. The AK flats need to be done now, like right now. The other thing we need to do right now is the science equipment. Both of those things, like if they are not done today, someone's gonna come break my kneecaps and burn the shop down. So that's where we're gonna start. The watch too, the watch for Lindsay needs to be done by the end of the day, like absolutely. The other stuff should be done by the end of the day, really, but those 3 things are like really important. So I think AK flats first. We've already got the fiber laser on. I've already got the file set up, so we're just gonna jump into that. We're gonna do some AK flats, and we'll go from there. I've got the box of them right over here on the table. We'll come back to the checklist in a minute. We should have pizza. This should be a pizza day. My wife is bringing me lunch. No pizza for me. I don't get pizza today. Maybe tomorrow for Friday Live Day, we'll get some pizza. But right now, we're starting with the AK flats. Quick good mornings, J-Mac, BJ, Brent, Caesar, Victor. Hello. Thanks for joining me. Good to see you guys. Alright. So, it's further away than I thought. Alright, here we go. So, what's up, Alex? The pigtail handle flipper handles went really well. We did 240 every 20 minutes was my best time. 20 minutes for a box with 240 of them. We did 2,400 of them in 2 days. So really well. It went really well. Here's the order form. Here are the flats. If you guys have never seen an AK flat before, a whole box of them here. They're all packaged up really nice, which we are going to dismantle fairly quickly. We just got to get these suckers open. The nice thing is I've got kind of like the layouts all built for these, so we're gonna move really quick through it. No dilly-dallying. We're just gonna kind of mow through these. Here you go. If you guys have never seen an AK flat before, it's an AK flat. There it is. So there's 2 things we have to do on this. There is the firing selector that needs to be marked, and then we need to mark this with like some identifier text up top. I don't want to do the firing selector, so that's the thing we're gonna do first. Because the identifier text is super easy. Let's jump over to the desktop. What's up, E3? And here's EasyCAD. So this is the file. I believe this is like Indian. They're going to India, so I think it's Indian. I don't know. I'm not a language expert, but the guy who sent me this, that works on these with me, he wants the center for the fire, because on an AK the fire is in the center. He wants the center to be different. He sent me a different text. That's in the email. Let me just pull that up really quick. 1 second while Thunderbird loads. Okay, let's see. Alright, so I've got the new text here. We're likely going to have to bring it into Illustrator, so we'll get Illustrator open as well. Alright, email's closed, so we can come back to the desktop. Illustrator is going to open, and we're going to paste this in. Am I quiet? I feel like I'm quiet. Let's turn the mic gain up a little bit. Test, test, test. Hello, test. There we go. That seems better. I don't know why that was down so low. Sorry about that. What's up, Ark? Good to see you. Eventually, Illustrator will open. Hopefully we don't run out of RAM here. Okay, there we go. You can do it. What's up, Mark? Good morning. Good morning. So really quick, all we're gonna do is paste in our new text for the fire on the selector. So if we just grab our text tool, we paste that in, boom, done. Object, expand, okay. And we're just gonna go ahead and unite this. That's not Pathfinder. Where's my Pathfinder tool? Window, Pathfinder. I just want to unite just to say that we did it. Unite. Okay. So we'll save this. Stop showing me this. Alright. We're just moving right along. I am not slowing down today, guys, so new fire. So this is going to be fast. If you have questions, I'll try to answer them, but we don't have the time to get sidetracked. So just try to absorb as much as you can today. So, now EasyCat is freezing. What's up, Lionel? Good to see you. Yes, the flats are the serial numbered item, but these are not complete. They're still below 80%, I guess, on some technicality that I don't understand. But the guy that dropped them off is an FFL, so he would know. He would know better than me. Okay, so there's our old text. Here's our new text. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this. Let's get this out of here. And we'll bring this in. Let's group it up so that it doesn't wander off. And we'll bring it in here-ish. Is that right? A little bit more to the left. Alright, that looks good. Now we should be able to 1, 2, 3 this. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully. No, that's not going to work. Let's grab these. Cut. Select all. Group. Hatch. Standard hatch. Paste. So there's our boxes. And basically the way I have this file lined up is that the left side of these boxes lines up perfectly with the left side of these selector markings here. So they're going to line up right along this edge of those selector markings, and that'll put the text out here a little bit, which is where he wants them. So that should be pretty easy to get lined up. Also, just so you know, so we may encounter some weird bugs today because I've completely reinstalled Windows on my computer and I had to rebuild my entire OBS profile. So like, for example, when we switch Okay, so I know why the audio is out. You guys can thank my wife. She ringed me to tell me the audio wasn't working. I didn't add the external mic to all of the other windows because each of these is a window. Right, so all of those windows need to have the mic added. So let me add the mic real quick. Like I said, we were going to run into some bugs, right? Because I had to redo my whole OBS setup. So let me just, I'm going to go to the EasyCAD window. You're going to lose audio for a second, then you'll get it right back. Just give me 1 second. Let's see, copy and paste. Okay, so you guys should be able to hear me now, yes? Let's do the other windows while we're at it too. Desktop seems to be working. This is the Lightburn one, but Lightburn's not open, which is why you're getting a black screen over there. And then break and starting don't need it. So we should be good now. Okay. We should be okay. All right. Sorry I didn't see that. I was standing over, the fiber laser's like 6 feet away. So I cannot see chat while I'm over there jigging and stuff. But anyway, back to work. So I just put the aluminum bar in up there, and then I dropped some like cardboard chips underneath it to help balance it out. So now we just need to get these boxes lined up, and I'm just going to do that with the keyboard really quick. But we should be in good shape. So let me grab the keyboard, and we're going to walk this over as well. And let's get these boxes moved. So the last, I think we need one more jig bar, and I think we need it over here at the end, just so we have something to butt this up against. If we were doing any fewer than the 10 in this box, I probably wouldn't be going through all this effort, but that's perfect, because now we can butt it up. Now we can butt it up on the top and on the right. Everything's nice and straight. So we should be in pretty good shape now. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's just double check our focus. And I'm very happy with the way that's set up. So, I don't know why it's so overexposed. I hate this webcam. We need a better camera for our laser cam. Ooh, 10-day laser roadshow. Exciting. So back on the desktop, we're going to drop this back in. We just need to center these back up. So kind of a bummer, but we moved the boxes, but the text wasn't there when we moved the boxes. So now we need to kind of get the text back into position here. I think somewhere around here it's probably pretty good. If EasyCAD will stop freezing, it's frozen right now, in case you were wondering. Like, not responding. Great. Oh my god, this sucks so much. Like, just can't even move fast when you want to move fast. Okay, so we should be good. I'm going to remove the outlines, and we're just going to light the text and make sure that's falling about where we want it. It's really close. Just a small adjustment. All right, that looks good. And for settings, we did them really deep. I think we did like the brass black deep setting on these. Maybe, I don't know. No, I don't think that's right. Let me see. Hold on. Just popping through. I'm just popping through the settings here. Maybe we did do the steel deep engrave. Let's try 5 passes. I don't remember how many. I did one of these while he was here, so I'm just trying to remember how many passes we ran. I think 5 is a good starting point, and then we can check on the depth and see how that looks. Lastly, I'm just going to turn on the exhaust, and then we'll get these running. Then we got to get through 10 of them, and after that's done, we can move on to another project. All right, 5 passes, here we go. $48 tumblers that were in emergency order, cases of glass, cases of flasks, 6 pelican cases, and testing coffee mugs, and bracelets. Wow, busy man. Busy man. Yeah, Taser, if you listened to the Lightburn interview that we just put up on the podcast, because we chatted all about that, so hopefully that's coming to us in the near future. Alright, that was very fast. That seemed too fast. Let's try that again. This time we're going to add an additional 25. Really need to get these deep. Nice, wallets, dope. Yeah, don't miss the Lightburn interview. Very informative. Really good episode. There's a bonus episode on the Master Academy as well. Hopefully all of you guys have switched from the Patreon to the Master Academy at this point. Most people have, but yeah, good point, Dean. Rick, have they done like a biopsy or anything yet? Yeah, I mean, Lightburn is great for even prepping graphics. I didn't know this, but I'm actually never going to use the Adobe Illustrator trace function again, now that I know how well the Lightburn one works. The Lightburn one works so well. I'm going to be doing my traces in Lightburn from now on, and then exporting as AI. Because the Lightburn trace function is amazing. So it has uses. Also, apparently, according to the podcast, Lightburn's image preparation for raster images, if you're going to engrave like photos and stuff, Lightburn's image prep software is really good for fiber laser engraving. And he showed us some examples of stuff that he's done with the Lightburn image prep, which can do the same stuff as like ImageR or some other paid softwares like Photograv. And it does a really nice job. So we're going to be covering that really soon, like how to use Lightburn to prep artwork for fiber lasers. That kind of stuff's going to be covered because there's some really important info in there. Yeah, definitely a tutorial. That'll be a whole video in and of itself. I might even build it into, later tonight I'll be filming an episode about doing ultrasounds on black aluminum business cards, because I have a really nice ultrasound of my baby, and black aluminum business cards are perfect for engraving ultrasounds. So we might do the image prep for that in Lightburn, which would be really cool. So we'll see about doing something like that. Yeah, Jason was kind of taking a dump on Imajar, discreetly, but he said all that stuff is basically available in Lightburn, and works really well, so we'll have to explore that a little bit, definitely on the channel, very soon. Alright, this is taking longer to run than I want. I'm kind of being picky because it's only been like 3.5 minutes, but also, we should probably get the next flat unboxed here, because I don't even have a flat unpackaged to replace the current one with. So let me just get this out of the packaging. All right, number 2, here we go. Keep them moving. Still a little shy. I don't think 4 minutes a piece is a bad deal, so I'm going to bump this up to a total of 35 for the next one, and we'll get that running because it's still just a little shadowy. And I'm going to try to oil these as we go so we don't have to stop and do it at the end. Alright, I've got my oil and my toothbrush and my tape. So while that runs, we can just get these oiled real quick. Just a dot as usual, quick brush in with the toothbrush. It's pretty deep. I think 35 will be a really good final number for these flats. Nice and straight, no problems with that at all. I'll show you guys how it looks in just a second. Oh yeah, no, that's definitely happening, Lionel, like today. I'm filming that today, because we have to publish an episode tomorrow. Tomorrow's a publishing day. So, after the LMA live stream is over, all of my remaining time here at work today is going to be spent filming and editing. Alright, here's this. Check this out. If you can, hold on, let me turn on the other overhead. I found I really need both lights to show you guys stuff close up like this, but there's that. Nice and deep. Honestly, it looks factory, which is pretty cool. So really nice, and we're gonna get a little extra depth out of these. We're gonna get a little extra depth out of these because we bumped it up. We did 30 on this one. This one that's on the bed is getting 35, and I think the next one I might even go to 40. And then we're just gonna, just a little tape, just enough to keep it closed. I'm not packing them up as nice as I unpacked them. And we'll get the pen and just a little X so we know it's done. We'll start unpacking the rest of these with our extra free time here. I usually, you know, I would engrave all of these and talk to you guys the whole time, and then you know, oil them when we're done with that, and then repackage them when we're done with that. But we don't have the time for that today, so I just gotta keep moving here. Alright, keep us posted, Rick. Everybody's worried about you now, dude. We all want to make sure that you're okay, man. It's taking them a really long time to get this done for you. Also, did you guys see we hit... Look at that, 5,800. We're almost to 6 grand. Good, good. So are you waiting, Rick, are you waiting for biopsy results, or are you waiting to hear whether or not they're going to even do a biopsy? Because I forget where we left off. Ablation, interesting. Have they ever even actually determined if it's cancer? Like, have they made that determination or no? Alright, we got those all unboxed, which is great. I'm gonna set this to 40 passes instead. And we'll get that marking. No. Great. Well, you know, I don't know, man. I mean, at least they're wanting to do surgery. I mean, something, you know? Anything's better than nothing at this point. Yeah, that's looking much better. All right. All right, we're caught up now. So now we can take a breath. Yeah, I bet. I bet you are, dude. Does not sound fun. Let's pull, just take a look at EasyCAD here. So after this, we'll probably start the science equipment. These are AK flats. That's all we're going to call them. We're not going to say the F word because I don't want to get demonetized. But they're AK flats. We're not going to say the F word and we're not going to say the G word. Yeah, I bet. You're probably really frustrated. Hopefully it'll be over soon, man. I think we're going to be changing spaces soon, guys. As early as January. I don't know if you've heard this or not, but the owner of my building has a space opening up in the basement. So I think the office that we're in right now is going to become like a customer intake area with like some nice display cases showing off the work. You know, stuff like that. And we're going to move the lasers downstairs. There's 600 square feet of warehouse space and an additional office down there. And we're going to move down there, I think, which is really, really cool. So I'm excited to take you guys on that journey. Monroe Laser, this is Alex. How can I help you? We are on track for today, actually. Yep, I will give you a ring as soon as it's ready to pick up, but it's on my radar, and you're just kind of sitting in the queue right now, but we should be getting that today, actually. No problem. I'll give you a call as soon as it's ready. See you, Rich. Bye. Yep, there it is. They're coming for me now. Alright, let's see. Difala's here. What's up, Difala? Good to see you. How about a remote tour of your basement sometime? Yes, absolutely. As soon as I get, as soon as we start moving in, you guys are going to see a lot of the basement. So the current tenant is still in that space, so I can't take you down there right now. But when they clear out, I'll be able to take you guys downstairs so that you can see the new space. It should be Should be like right after Christmas. I think they're leaving January 1st is like their last day. And they will probably be out before then. So as soon as they're out, we'll start moving things downstairs, and I can show you guys around. All right, I'm really happy with 40 passes. That was perfect. Just get this one scrubbed up here with the brush. Let's see. Yeah, where's J-Mac? There's nothing wrong with crying if you're a boy or a girl. Everybody has emotions. There's nothing masculine or feminine about having feelings. Alright, there's three done, guys. Six to go. Yeah, none of that. Hypermasculinity is banned on laser everything, so I won't be having any of that in here. I won't have it. Oh, don't make me your hero. I'm not flawless. I think Bob's Burgers said it. Yes. Don't pick a hero. If you're gonna pick a hero, pick an old guy, because by the time you grow up, they're dead. Everybody has flaws. If you want to pick a hero, your hero should be yourself in 5 years. Gary Vee said that. Your hero should be you 5 years from now, always. You never meet him, and you always aspire to be better that way. Jimmy's here. Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy. Guys, This is infuriating. I hate just having to sit here and wait. I wish we could do something else while these were running. You know what? Maybe we can. Maybe we can do something else while these are running. Let's see. If we open Lightburn, I'm pushing my computer right now. Hold on, guys. I'm trying some stuff in the background so that we can multitask. Give me a second. Nope, gotta stop. Gotta switch out. Alright, another one. Alright, so we're gonna try to multitask over to Lightburn. So here's Lightburn. We're gonna need a box. And let me go get the part that we're actually multitasking with. There it is, Big Chungus. All right, this is gonna sit this way, and we need to fill this space down here in the bottom. So we'll have to take a couple quick measurements to size our box in Lightburn and ultimately in Illustrator, which is gonna be 13 by 9. Let's actually just get this into the machine. This is why we need to move downstairs. There's no space in here to do anything. All right. Here's this. All right. So, there's that. If we look at the desktop here, we've got our box. So let's just start this the right way. 13 inches by 9 inches. Oop, that's locked though. 13 inches by 9 inches. Okay. So here it is. Really quick, we can... Is my... Hello? Yes, laser. User origin. Why is this messed up? Okay, send. Oop, not 20 power. That would be bad. 1, 1. Can we do 0? 0, 0. Okay, so there's our outline file. Let's send this over, outline. And let's just get this lined up first before we even put anything in this box. So, light burn. Here we go. So, let's move our camera. You guys have seen enough of the AK flats. You know what we're doing with that. First thing I'm going to do is just run the head along the bottom of this board to make sure we're straight. And while we're sitting over here, we'll just focus up too. Perfect. So, that's done. Now we just need to rebuild the piece of paper he sent me, basically, in Illustrator. So let's open Illustrator up here, desktop. We'll create a new file. Let's make it, what do we say, 13 by 9? So we're working on the appropriate artboard here. And let's get this typed out. He's got it line by line here. Yet. Well, I guess this is one way to organize this. If this was me, I'd probably put a line break here. I'd probably put a line break here. And I'd probably put a line break here. But this is the way he's got it typed out. And since he went through the effort of typing it out, we're not going to make any changes. Is that right? I-S-I-A-I. I-S-I-A-I-A-H. Okay, 40, 31. Dope. Really quick, we need to swap out our flat. This is why I hate multitasking jobs, because like my brain is in different places now. It makes it really hard to do my job. All right. Super fast. Just pull up EasyCAD, reset, mark, and back to Illustrator. So he gave me a font for this. Let's see. The Humble Script. The Humble Script. That's the name of the font we need to find. So let's find the Humble Script. Nope. Font. The font. Perfect. Alright. Excuse me. Okay. The Humble Script. This is what he put on the paper, so we're gonna download it and use it. I am not that fond of it, but again, he sent it, so... Do you know you don't have to extract font files in order to install them? Delete that, get that out of my face. We can close this, and we should be able to just type it in. Humble. Boom. Okay, so just for the sake of making this match what he's done, it's left justified, which we're changing that. I'm not left justifying that. That's gonna look like garbage. And then he's got quite a bit of an increase in his line distance on what he typed out. So we'll do a little line distance increase here too. That's this one with the 2 A's. This is pretty close to what he's got. Something just like that. Yeah, dude, I know. It's what he wrote on the paper. Is that like categorically wrong? A quick Google search would confirm your spelling. I'll call him. I can't just change it, but I can call him. I will call him and ask. How embarrassing would that be? It's for a confirmation project too, like. Alright, let's see. 269, that's you. Hello. Hey, this is Alex over at Monroe Laser. Hey, so I just noticed a typo on your proof that you sent me. Isaiah is spelled I-S-I-A-I-A-H on yours, but the common spelling would be I-S-A-I-A-H. I just wanted to see if you wanted me to make that correction. Yep. Yep. I-S-I-A-I-A-H. A-I. All right, cool. That's what I thought. I just wanted to double check. I didn't know what you were going off of, so we'll go ahead and use that spelling for the project. Correct. Yes, sir. No problem. We're going to get ready to run it right now. I should have it for you shortly. You got it. Bye. Hey, man. Cool. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, we're back. Yeah, he had to roll out the parchment for sure. That's a funny joke, and I appreciate it. Okay, so back to what we were doing. So we're just gonna do object expand here. Let's get that expanded. Remember, I tell you guys this every single time that we do a cursive script, and I'm not gonna stop telling you. EasyCAD and even Lightburn really have trouble with these overlaps. Lightburn won't combine these unless you explicitly tell it to. We're just gonna do it right now. Here in Illustrator with the Unite tool. So boom, Unite fixes all of those issues pretty much immediately. And then he's got Isaiah here is right justified with the edge of the text. So we'll group the edge of the text here just to get an average. And we will group this bottom line. And we're just going to lock this in over here with the left align, which is going to be this one. Right there, perfect. And that's looking really, really good. So I'm gonna drop another flat on the bed really quick. Then we'll come back, we'll save this, and we will get started with our Lightburn project over here as far as bringing this into Lightburn. So let me do that. I'm gonna throw the EasyCAD screen back up. I'm gonna let you guys watch one more flat. And while this is running, I'm gonna take a leak and I'll be right back. So give me 1 second and then we'll jump back onto our Lightburn project. I would use that, Alex. That's a really good tip, but what I can't do is like multi-line management, so I can't, if I type all of those up, I have to click the text tool every time I want to add a new line. Because if I don't click the text tool every time I want to add a new line, I can't center or justify individual lines of text one by one, which I really hate, which is why I still use Illustrator for my text prep to this day. Kyle's here. What's up, Kyle? Working, dude. We're busy. Busy dogs over here. So, back in Lightburn. Actually, back in Illustrator. We need to save this. This is all expanded out. This looks really good. Let's get this saved really quick. We'll call it Isaiah. Alright, now we're done with Illustrator, so we can get rid of that for a moment. And we'll come to import, and we're just going to import that same file right back into Lightburn. Did I not click it? Okay. Can you guys believe we're almost to 6,000 subscribers already? I feel like we just celebrated 5,000. Alright, so we're gonna let this take up as much space in here as possible. We'll set it to blue, which is typically our engrave. We'll set that to fill. We'll center. Let's make sure we group these first. Group. Now we can select the outline. Select it all, I suppose. Center. There we go. I'm concerned that this was set to line because it should be set to fill by default because that's what I always use it at. I want to come in and just check. Not here. I just want to make sure my offsets are still set. I just want to make sure my offsets are still set because some settings seem to have reverted for some reason. In our library, as far as a setting goes, maple hard. I don't think this is maple, but this is some of the heaviest stuff I can find. The guy wants it really deep. I think we're going to go dark. And we might end up running 2 passes, but we're going to start here for now. We already know our corner and our frame look good because we just did that on cam. So we're going to send this over as Isaiah again. Is fine. And I'm going to do just one last read through here and spell check things. Yet the strength of those who wait with hope in the Lord will be renewed. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and won't become weary. E-A-R-Y. They will walk and won't grow tired. Isaiah, spelling corrected, 40:31. Okay. So, this is good to go. We've sent it over. All that's left to do is pop into the Lightburn view here. We'll double check our settings. 550 looks good. 100 looks good for our outline. We're using the outline because we have already done our trace, right, to make sure that things fit well, and we don't want that spacing to change, so we're leaving the outline in. Yes, you can do that with a tool. Yes, you can do that with a Lightburn tool instead of setting to 100. I don't know, force a habit. So that's why we're doing it this way. I'll put another flat on in a second, but for the time being, we're just gonna load in our new file. We're gonna frame it one more time. Nothing has changed, so we can go ahead and run this. First, we just need to exhaust, right? Exhaust, chiller, air assist. So let's get those 3 things going. Chiller, air assist, exhaust. I'm going to let the exhaust kick on and swap out the flat. Let's get the flat marking. And I can hear the exhaust running well now, so we'll go ahead and run this light burn project. All right, frame is good. And it's gonna start marking. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Look at us, guys. We're adults. We've got 2 lasers running at once. How often does that happen on this channel? A little spot of oil for each of these. Just the tiniest little dot. Rag, and we'll try to catch up on the cleaning and boxing of these. Not doing it because I want to, Jimmy. I'm doing it because I don't have the time. I literally can't afford to run one laser at a time. I don't like multitasking. I don't like working on more than one project at a time because that's how I make mistakes. So when I start spreading myself too thin. I'm not really worried about scratching or leftover oil on these because they're all getting sandblasted and Cerakoted, so. Alright, there's 4. Start getting them wrapped up. Did they come pick up those parts yet? Yeah, they picked them up this morning. They came really early this morning and picked them up. Yeah, I think this is going to need 2 passes. I don't think one's going to do it. You good job. You helped me. I would still be working on them right now. And all of this stuff that is due today would be getting ignored. So, thank you for the help. We did have fun. It was a good time. So, the baby's due date is November 6th. I think she's going to come on Halloween. When do you guys think the baby's going to be born? Hit me in the chat. Let me know when you think the baby's coming. I think it'll be Sunday. I think it'll be on Halloween. Oh. I just realized we're not done. We still have to put the identifiers on the bottom. But I've bagged these all up. have to untape all of these again. Damn it. Christmas is not an option. I don't know. Kyle agrees with me. Kyle's saying Halloween. David is on my wavelength. Halloween party every year. It's the best excuse. Stream seems okay on my end. Dean says November 4th. Miranda's going to be pretty mad if it's November 4th. I think she wants the baby to come out sooner than that. I do want another holiday baby. Yeah, the due date's November 6th. Baby is imminent. Like, she is literally liable to come out at any time at this point. Any moment. Alright, I've got them all unpackaged again. One more for the selector, and then we'll have to flip it over. Rick's saying November 2nd at 11 a.m. I think it'll be Halloween. I think it's going to be at 7:06. 7:06, which would be 6 o'clock, 60 minutes, and then 6 more minutes. So 6 o'clock plus 66 minutes. 666. Spooky baby. 7:06 p.m. That's what I think. I am not live streaming the birth. I don't think my wife would appreciate that. I mean, you can ask her. She's right there. Ask her if we can live stream the birth. But I don't think she would appreciate it. Nor do I think most of our subscribers would appreciate it. Miranda says absolutely not. Maybe we could do like a micro live stream after the baby's born so that you guys can say hello. Like while we're still at the hospital. You know, micro live stream on the phone or something. Just so you can see her, like once she's out. That could be cool. I actually brand all of my newborn children with a serial number on their wrist with the CO2 laser when they come out. No, dude, I told you, Felix's money went into his piggy bank. He's a saver like his mother. Felix is definitely a saver. Yeah, I'm definitely going to make it. I'm going to be like, we're on the way to the hospital, guys. You're not going to see me for 2 days. And then, oh, the branding, like 2000 speed, 90 power, 5 frequency on the Galvo CO2. I am very worried they're going to I don't want a baby switch. I want my baby. And that baby's not going to leave my sight the entire time we're in the hospital. From the moment it comes out of my wife to the moment we put it in the car seat to go home, that baby will be within line of sight of me. Nobody's taking my baby. It's not happening. Speaking of which, wife, I hope you're coming with lunch soon, because if you're not like getting in the car, I'm ordering a pizza. Just a heads up. You can switch a bracelet. You can swap a bracelet. The medical staff have the tools they need to take the bracelet off without sounding the alarm. I am gonna pass out. I'm running on sugar from soda. If you're bringing quesadillas, bring like 5. Because I'm starving. I'm really hungry. Do you guys want to see how the CO2 is doing so far? It's looking really good. I'm definitely marking my baby with a Sharpie. It's happening. The medical staff could easily take the bracelet off. I'm not worried about some like rogue person cutting the bracelet. I'm worried about the medical staff switching my baby on me. What if a nurse wants to switch the babies? The nurse could just take the bracelet off and put a bracelet on the new baby. It's not happening. I'm going to be watching that baby the entire time we are at the hospital. She will not leave my sight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Taser. You know, I really want the spooky baby, man. That's like my dream. If she comes on Halloween, I'm gonna freak out. I've been calling Halloween as a birthday for her since Miranda got pregnant. Like, seriously. That far in advance, like that's been my thing this whole time. I think Halloween at 7:06 p.m. She's pretty small. They estimated 7.5 pounds the last time Miranda was at the doctor. But, you know, so my original weight guess was 8 pounds, 8 ounces, but I think she's going to be closer to 8 pounds even. That's definitely getting a second pass. The more I look at it, the more certain I am. It's pretty small, dude. I mean, it's small compared to me and my brother. Chris and I were like 100-pound babies. I'm going to move the webcam because we're going to have to rejig this, and I want to show you guys that. So I'm going to move the webcam over to the fiber. She's not driving. She's still cooking. Last AK flat's almost done. 1 pass left. You should be able to use the same jigs. So, alright, so that's done. So let's go take a look at that now. Something like this. We're gonna have to move this one though. We gotta bring that over. that looks good. And I've got a file saved up for this too, so let's go to open and we'll pull in the new one. So we're just gonna have to do a little movement of this box here to line up with the way we have it jigged with the jig bars. If it ever loads. All right, there we go. So same thing as always. One thing we do need to do, so these are serialized, so we need to make sure that we're changing the serial number out as we go. And I'm going to show you guys a neat trick on how to do that I've never covered on the channel before. The camera is called a Nexigo. It's Nexigo, like this. Nexigo. It's like their HD version or whatever. But before we start messing with this text, we're going to cut that. We've got our outline here. We're going to light this up. And we're coming to EasyCAD. And we just got to get that on target because that's way off at the moment. So let's get that fixed up. Alright, that looks pretty good. So now we can come back into desktop and we'll drop our text back in. We will modify align center. We can get rid of this. So we need these to be in sequence down here. This 01. We need 02 through 10. So we're going to ungroup this. We're going to delete the top group. That'll get rid of the hatch. We're going to ungroup this text. And we're going to create new text here. So text. And in this one we're going to put 02. And hit apply. We're going to change our font type to MS. Where is my MS font? There it is. We're going to apply. Comes out a little stretched. Something like that should get us pretty close. And then we need to zoom way in on this because we want precision here. We want to be precise. So let's make sure we get this the same size. Should be sitting just above. Okay, EasyCAD's freezing again. Don't crash, baby. Come on. Let's just give it a second to get over its temper tantrum. The worst thing you can do when EasyCAD does this is keep clicking things. Just be patient and wait. All right, there we go. So, I think we can come just a touch smaller on the height. And that looks pretty good, and it's still a little bit fat. Okay, so we can junk these now. And we're going to bring this in. 002. Still might just be Is it just a hair too big? No, it's probably fine. So now we'll select this text and check this out. We're going to enable variable text down here. We're going to click add. And we're going to do serial number, start serial number 02, current serial number 02, limit 10, because that's the last one we want to do. Increment is 1, that's how much the number is going to increase by each time. And it's in decimal format, so that's good. And we'll hit OK. And now it's 02. So watch this. So if I set this to 1 pass, okay, and we pick something harmless like this Honeywell plastic setting, watch what happens. Hold on. Just gonna move the flat out of the way so we don't mark this by accident. So if I hit mark and we let that run, see what happened there? It switched to 03. Look, mark again. Now it's 4, mark again, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And if I hit mark again, we come back to 2. How cool is that? So now that text is gonna update every single time for us, no problem, which is just supremely awesome. Very, very badass. So next thing we need to do is we're gonna hatch everything else separately from this. We want those hatches to be separate. So let's group all this right here, group it up, hatch it, hit OK, and then we'll paste this, same thing, hatch it, hit OK. And it's going to do that same thing. Every time we mark, this is going to jump up to our next number, which is pretty great. One thing I haven't tried before is I haven't tried setting the total number to something higher. Like if I set this to 2 and we mark, is it going to do 2 passes and then change the thing? Let's find out. Let's test this first. So we'll hit mark. It's going to run through. We're watching down here at the part number. It's still 0. We're just going to keep watching. We're waiting for this part number to go to 1. And that shouldn't change when the part number goes to 1. Yep, 1, and it did not change. You see, we're still on 2 here. So it's only going to change once this marking sequence is complete. So we should be able to go to our second pass. And then when our second pass is complete, this will step up to 2. Okay, so maybe it did, because see, we jumped from 2 to 4. So I think it did switch. So that's not good. So we can't use total number here. We can't use total number here. What we have to use is loop count. So on loop count, if we set this to 2, okay, and we mark, so let's mark it. It's going to, now it should complete both passes, and then it should step to 5. Okay, honey, looking forward to it. Thank you. Okay, see, so now we've stepped to 5. Could you set the increment increase to 2 in the setting? Yeah, absolutely. So if we come back in here, here's our variable text. There's our SN05, right? So if we click modify, we can now come into increment and we can set to 2. And we'll hit OK. And we'll hit mark. And this is going to run everything 2 times just for the sake of keeping this fast. So we're going to mark 2 times now. So our loop count's set to 2, but our increment's set to 2. So it's going to skip to 7. We do that again. It's going to bring us to 9. And remember, we have our cap, our maximum is set to 10. So when we do this again, now it's going to step us back to 2. So it skipped 10, came to 02, which was the first one in our setting. You can set that increment to whatever you want. So we could come in here, we could do modify. I need to just do an episode of the show about this. So we'll click this, variable text, modify. So we could set the increment to 5 if we want to, right? So we'll hit OK, and we'll mark. Straight to 7. We mark again. Straight to 2. Because if we cap out, it's going 7 to 8, that's 1, to 9, that's 2, to 10, that's 3, and then it cycles back to 2, so it's resetting our counter. So even if we do, like just for the sake of, again, argument here, current is, 9, right, and our increment is 5. If I mark, it's still going to bring us back to 2 because it's just resetting at that point. So it's not going to do 5. It won't bring us back to, what is it, 10, 1, or 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it was doing increments in 5, like cyclically, it should bring us back to part number 05. But that's not how it works. As soon as you hit the limit, it pops back down to the original value, which in this case is 02. So we can paste that back in now. We're going to come back in here and undo the changes that we've made. So we're going to set this to current serial number 02, start serial number 02, limit 10, increment 1. Okay, and remember, we can't use total number down here. We can't use this because every time this number goes up, every time the part number goes up here, that's triggering the change. So this needs to stay 1. But we can set our loop count. So if we want, like what we're doing, 40 passes, we can set our loop count to 40 up here. We're going to get the same exact mark that we got on the selector, we're going to get on our serialization. And again, we just don't want to forget to set our settings here. We were using the steel deep engrave setting. That's 1390/37. We've got 40 passes, so loop count 40. And we're going to mark 02, and then it should jump to 03 as soon as we're done. So really, really handy, the variable text. Like I said, there's a full episode we could do on just this variable text menu and all the different things that you can do with this. As you can see, if I hit add, you could do serials, dates, times. You can set things for like COM ports. You can load things in from text or Excel files. There's just like an infinite number of things that you can do here. But for now, this is gonna be a really good option for us. This doesn't seem very centered, so I'm just gonna fix that really quick too. I don't particularly like how it's handling this. So let's just ungroup all that and get this grouped up here. Group and select these two and just make that a little nicer looking. Something like that right there. Looks great. Then we can regroup all this stuff, rehatch it, pop that O2 back in, and we're good to go. So hopefully that helps you guys. It's a little Laser Master Academy nugget that you guys get to see before the rest of the people on the channel. God knows how long it's going to take me to make that episode. So you're definitely getting an early nugget here. Getting a call from a customer. 1 second. Monroe Laser, this is Alex. How can I help you? Yeah, sure. What did you want on them? It's tight. I can't guarantee it, but I'm happy to try for you. Yep. Okay, yep, that's fine. We'll be here 8 to 5 today. You got it. She wants champagne glasses and she wants them by Saturday. It's like, I'll try. Okay, so with this all set up in here, let's pop over to our EasyCAD view. Let's get our, see, I moved the I moved the flat for all that testing for the variable text. So flat back in position, we're focused. We're starting on serial number 02 with our variable text enabled. Here it is, serial number 02, 40 passes, steel deep engrave. Let's see what happens, right? Who knows? Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to stop it. Let's just make sure that it's not changing the value of that variable text every loop. Okay, it actually hasn't even, it's just doing the non-variable text section. Let's move that up to the top. So over here, or I guess you guys could see it earlier, but I'm going to take the hatch down, just our standard hatch. I'm going to bring that underneath the variable text. It's a little hard to get these to move. Okay, got it. So now it's going to do our variable text first. So we can run just a few loops of this and make sure it's not going to change the serial each time. I just want to be 100% sure. So let's do that. Okay, that's plenty. And it should just be O2. And it is. So that's working exactly the way we intended it to work. So with that done, we'll just go ahead and let it run now. So you can see our total number isn't going up, right? Because we set the loop count instead, which is good. Because otherwise, if we had done it down here, the serial number would be changing every time it ran a set. So there we go. That's 40 passes done on our variable text, and now it's going to do all the static text. So also I'd like to show you, now that it's finished those 40 loops on the variable text, this is switched to O3, which is good. That's exactly what we wanted. It got through the 40 loops, it switched our variable text to O3, and now it's finishing the static text. Then our part number will switch to 1, and we can reset and run 03. So everything is working exactly the way we expected it to work. The only big downside to using loop count is it does all of the 45 degree marks first, and then it does all the negative 45 degree marks second. So it does it one hatch at a time instead of every other, which is kind of a bummer. Because you don't get the back and forth sweep, you know, that kind of like sweeps the trash out of the way. You're just hitting the same hatch over and over and over again 40 times. Then it's going to go do the negative 45 over and over and over again 40 times. So that's kind of a bummer. You also can't tell what loop you're on. There's no loop counter. So you have no idea if you're on loop 10 or 20 or 5. You don't know. It's a little harder to keep track of like how much progress you've made on high loop counts, but yes, I could do that. It still won't give me a loop count, but it would certainly level out that hatch degree issue. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I'm almost certain that crosshatch would be deeper. Almost certain. Yeah, maybe someday when I have just like a pile of extra time, we can experiment with that. As soon as this is finished here, we'll switch over to the confirmation project so I can show you guys how that's going. I don't want to look away from this because then you guys won't be able to. I'm trying to make a point that this is more convenient. Yeah, totally. Yep, it's definitely got kind of like the music vibe to this one. When you listen to it 80 times in a row, your brain starts to find patterns, I think. I just noticed Patrick said that the baby was going to show up in the middle of the longest job I do, but we just did it, so thankfully that didn't happen. Because her showing up in the middle of the pigtail flippers would have been a disaster. So I'm glad that's behind us. Yeah, that would have been bad too. This is taking an unacceptably long amount of time to run. We're gonna make some settings changes for the bottom of these. Cause I cannot, this isn't, we can't do this whole set like this. This is just taking too long. Yeah, that's about 8 minutes too long, Kyle. We've got too much other stuff to do today. Every time it finishes a lap, I think it's going to be done. One of these times it's just going to stop. There we go. All right, so what are we gonna do about this? Well, interesting. Uh-oh. So, new problem. Our 04 switched, or our 03 switched to 04, which means something bad happened. Because this should have stayed at 03, and I can see 03 over there, so I think that's the two hatches. I think it's switching between the two hatches. So if we look at our hatch menu here, 1, 2. I think when we hit the second one, it's changing. So let's disable that one and do crosshatch instead. I think we have to do it this way. So whoever suggested that, you're getting your wish. 03. So let's bring this back to 03. So now we really need to pound the 03 in because the flat over there says 02 and 03. So we really need to pound in the 03 over the 02 now. That's a big bummer. So I've set it back to 03. We can cut this for now. I think we're going to drop our speed here to 300. I think we're going to take our loop count down to 10. So 10 loops cross hatch. So now hatch 2 is disabled on this. If we look again. Hatch 2 is disabled, hatch 3 is disabled. So just hatch 1, cross hatch, no second hatch. So we shouldn't count again. There shouldn't be a second count. So let's try to lock in the O3, then we'll go back and do O2, then we'll hopefully be able to pick up on our sequence. That's the only way I can think to do this. So let's try that. Well, that seems to have gone better, because this time it's only gone up to 04. So if you're hoping on using this variable text stuff, guys, that's an important lesson we just learned there. We'll come back. It's not interval. It marked 2 and it marked 3 on this one, and it's because we had 2 hatches enabled. So you can only have 1 hatch enabled. If you enable more than 1 hatch, every single one of those enabled hatches is going to trigger it to interval up. So we switched to just 1 hatch on this over here. Okay, just 1 hatch with the cross hatch box checked. We disabled hatch 2. Because when it finished hatch 1 and it switched to hatch number 2, it was triggering the interval to change here. So it would pop up. So it went hatch 1 on O2, then it popped up to O3, and it ran hatch 2 at O3. Okay? So instead of that, we're just 1 hatch, and we're checking the cross hatch button. It should resolve this issue. So I'm going to go ahead and mark the O4 now. And now it should just pop up to O5 when it's done. Hopefully this fixes the problem. We'll see. So loop count 10, speed 300. This should be comparable and a bit faster. So let's go ahead and try to mark this next. And while that does its thing, I'm gonna try to deal with this nightmare. I'm gonna oil it first, but it's got 2 and 3 on there in the same spot. I re-ran 3. I ran 3 again. In the hopes that we could push 3 deep enough that you wouldn't really be able to see the 2 anymore. Still gonna be there, but you know, hopefully it's not too bad. Luckily the shape of the 3 covers up the shape of the 2 pretty well. They kind of overlap nicely, so we may just get away with it. I think it's good. Also, the O3 is way deeper. I've been meaning to change the steel deep engrave setting from 1300 to 300 for a long time because we get better ablation at that speed. But the 3 is covered fairly well here, and I will show you guys that right now. Or the 2 rather. So you can see just a whiff of the 2 is still there, but it looks okay for the most part. I think that's my wife. I think my wife is here. Does anybody have any questions about the problem we just had? I tried to do as good of a job explaining it as I could. But do you guys understand why we can't have multiple hatches enabled and why we marked a 2 and a 3 on this flat? Just want to make sure you guys understand what the issue was. This is going well. That's really deep. That's about 2 millimeters of depth right there already. I think I got my frequency output chart from Geo. But it should be listed on JPT's website, or you can reach out and ask your manufacturer. Your manufacturer, when you bought your laser, should give you a little chart or graphic that shows how much output power you're getting at, you know, each frequency setting generally. So, you'd have to reference that. That's a reference thing. It's not something that you can, like, just know. But yeah, guys, this is on its second pass. If we take a look, you guys can see it's actually it's really deep. My wife brought me food, hooray. Yeah, the wood's looking really good. It's like 1.5 millimeters to 2 millimeters deep. Oh, quesadillas. Oh yeah, so hungry. How's her baby? Jimmy. My other girlfriend.
Jimmy's your other girlfriend?
Yeah. It's over there. Yeah. You can take it.
Stepping on
You having trouble navigating?
Yes.
Look at this baby.
I didn't know the camera was
She's
on.
about to come out. I switched it on you on purpose.
It's rude. I can see the bird one, sorry.
Ah.
Okay. It's the only way we're gonna fit right now because you have all. What are these?
AK-47 flats.
Why are they on the ground?
Because I gotta keep track of the ones that I've done and haven't done. Yeah, there she is. The MVP. It's just a good arrangement for you where you hide behind my body.
It's really the only way we'll fit right now because you have all this stuff.
I do have a lot of
all
stuff.
over the ground.
That's why we need a bigger space. Kyle says hi.
Hi, Kyle.
Okay.
That's good.
I'm disappointed in our 3 situation.
Or what?
I fucked something up.
Oh.
I was supposed to say 02, and then we set it up to change the number automatically, but it automatically went to another number before the part was switched out, which I fixed since, and I'm about to confirm on the laser. Actually, it just finished, so let's
Let's see.
take a look. This just went up in interval to 5, so should be good now. The other one was 2 and 3 in one run. Like it skipped mid-run to the next number. But this one's just 4. It hasn't been cleaned yet. And it's kind of dark. But there it is, just 4.
It's definitely 4.
So no problem on that one. We can check in with our Lightroom project here. Come and gone. Jimmy says, Miranda, isn't it time for a break?
Hey, I'm sitting.
So our interval went up to 5, which is good. This is finally working the way that we intended for it to work. So we've cornered up 5, and now we're just going to run 5. And we'll just keep going like this. Also, our new settings worked really well with the 300 and the 10. I think I might bump that up to 15, and that should be a good final setting, because it's still a little shallow with 10, but 15 should work well. So we'll go ahead and mark that, and yes, it was absolutely substantially faster. A lot less movement and a lot less jumps between those movements, all shaved down on time. So we'll go ahead and mark that at 5. So here we go with 5. And we'll just wait for Lightburn to finish up here. We're just about done. I'm considering a third pass, but I haven't decided.
I don't think so.
The guy wanted it really deep.
Really? I just worry.
He made a comment on the forum.
Really?
Yes.
It is. Let's look at it.
It says 3 times the standard depth. This is the second pass.
Okay.
I don't know yet. I
I'm
know
worried it's gonna look really burny.
it's very deep. Well, I was thinking about sanding it when I was done. We can sand it. It's not finished wood, so it can be sanded. Okay, so this one's actually done now.
Oh
Put
my
the
gosh, that's so bright.
done pile under the desk. Yeah, it's bright. All right, let's see. What do you guys think? Should we run it again? I don't know.
It's pretty deep.
He said 3 times the standard depth.
There. That's good focus.
That's pretty freaking
I
deep.
just noticed a little variation, and I'm worried that if you run it again, the variation's gonna be more obvious.
Maybe, but that's just because of the wood.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's anything we're doing wrong. I just see, you can see in that light really well. The bottom 2 lines are definitely darker, which is expected, but
Yeah.
customers never expect that.
Forget what he said he was going to do with it, like an enamel fill or something.
I thought he said he was gonna finish it. I don't remember what he said with what.
Yeah. I think we'll do one more, but I'm going to lower the power. So we'll half the power for the last one. I'll meet my wife in the middle. She says be done. I think it needs another one. So we'll
Jimmy,
just
I
do
can read that.
we'll do 25% power on the last pass. We'll send it over as Isaiah 2, and we'll just reload the file and run it again with a little bit lower power. And that should put a nice bow on this.
What are they gonna do with this? Did they tell you?
It's like an Eagle Scout project, but for being confirmed at church. He has to like make something for the church, I guess. I don't know.
Interesting.
See my allergic to humans sticker that I
Yeah.
made from the last episode? Do you like that?
Let's do.
I was thinking of you when I made it.
I don't like humans. The stream is being glitchy today. I don't know if it's YouTube.
I think it's OBS. It's running at like 10,000 kilobytes a second. I don't think our internet can keep up with that. But in order to change it, I have to stop the stream and start it again, and I don't want to do that, so. Did Jimmy like have a seizure when he was typing that?
You know, I was gonna be nice and let him get away with it.
Mira Nunda. November 2nd at 11? That's good, Rick.
Hey, how are you?
Champagne glass.
Yes!
Thanks. No, here's the deal. Usually I promise people stuff for the other time.
Okay.
Can't promise.
Oh, I see. You can't, I can't give you any walk-ins today?
No, not at all today. Certainly not today. I would like people to have it by tomorrow at the end of the day.
Yeah, we definitely can't guarantee it. I don't know if we'll do it today, but
Usually I would say yes, and I would be like absolutely after an hour, but right now. So if you want to call flash, but if they are just like, no, we like absolutely not do it, whatever, you want to say, you're welcome to do that. Yeah, and again, normally like the same day stuff, we do it all the time. Yeah, so call last night, and then if you run out of options, no one will
we had to turn away same day work. Sad.
I just took that phone call on the street. I told her that she gave it in. Yeah, her be nice.
I think he was talking about me. It's the delay. The delay is pretty significant compared to what we hear, which I didn't realize until I was on the stream a few times.
Yeah. Jimmy's English isn't helping.
Yeah. Jimmy, you type like a boomer. Like,
You do type like a boomer.
I don't think you're a boomer, but you type like one.
I think technically he's Gen X.
Yeah, I think so too. But man,
Yeah, see the
I just
my
saw it skip.
my
Yeah.
stream's bitrate is way too high.
Can't fix that unless we stop.
I'm fairly certain I have to stop. I know, it's really high. We're almost to 6,000.
I know.
Oh, here we go.
Nope. I feel like this might mess everything up.
Maybe.
How do we know?
There we go. Boom. It just went down. See the bit rate down there?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, you guys should have much better stream stability now. I dropped our bit rate way down, so it should be much more acceptable quality now.
I was having the issue where I was skipping time. It kept doing the loop, and then I would suddenly be 10 minutes behind.
Yeah. Let me know in the chat if changing the bit rate improved the quality for you guys. Our current flat should be done any moment. J-Max says it's improved.
Well, that's the only opinion we needed. See, is he talking about the wood?
I think he's talking about the wood. No, it's not the upgrade to it. Windows 11 and Windows 10, as far as like the operating system go, are like almost identical. Windows 11 just looks different. Jimmy, yes, it has.
What is he even talking about?
I'm telling you, he's having a stroke. Jimmy's actively having a stroke. Somebody
Jimmy,
call
are
the
you
ambulance.
behind? Are you not actually with us live?
I don't know what he's
It
doing.
seems like he's responding to something we said 10 minutes ago.
All right, another success here. It has gone up, interval 1, from 05 to 06 successfully, and our 05 looks good, so we can run our 06. So we'll just let that run, and just keep waiting for light burn here. Oh, that was good, babe. Thank you.
Go ahead.
I was really hungry.
I heard you.
I told you I bought soda from the gas station this morning. I got a 12-pack.
This one smells worse.
Smells
Smell
worse?
it?
The
Yeah.
steel? No, you're just your senses are heightened. The people want Miranda.
Oh, no. Nobody wants that.
Everybody wants that. Look. You ready to take over the shop?
I guess.
You gotta watch the live stream and all the episodes on the channel.
Yeah.
Conveniently, we have a YouTube channel that teaches you laser.
Very convenient.
Look, it's Miranda. You guys never get to see her. She's here in the flesh with the baby.
Yeah.
Halloween.
We'll see.
I think while you were driving, did you miss the guessing the birthday?
No, I saw that.
There was a range of guesses.
I think November.
Somebody guessed November 2nd.
I think that was Rick.
Yeah, I think that was Rick.
Disappointment.
Jimmy says, I'll just go down the stairs first. What the fuck are you talking about?
He's talking about when he gets here. He's talking about if we rent the downstairs.
I'll go downstairs first?
Yeah, I think.
Instead of coming up here?
I don't know, actually. I thought that's what he was talking about.
Is he saying he doesn't want to see
now
you?
He's saying Christmas, so maybe he's having a stroke.
I think you're having a stroke, Jimmy. Call a doctor.
Oh no, that's his guess. Jimmy, I would be like 53 weeks pregnant at Christmas. That's not happening.
The due date's November 6th, dude. She'd be a month over. That would kill
More
her.
than a month.
She would die. Her and the baby will die.
Fun fact, the due date is actually both of our dad's wedding anniversaries.
And election day, as someone pointed out.
The 6th? I thought it was the 4th.
It's the 6th. Hey
I
Google,
don't think so.
what's election day?
We're bad. I haven't taken a government class in a long time.
United States, Election Day is the annual day set by law for the general elections of federal public officials. It is statutorily set by the federal government as the Tuesday next after the first Monday of the month of November, equaling the Tuesday occurring within November 6th.
Last year was November 6th.
I thought it was always the one day, but I guess that's true.
Jimmy says, I cow.
This year it'll be November 2nd. Election day.
Maybe that's what they were referring
Yeah.
to. Hopefully it's not that.
What?
I don't want a November baby. I want a Halloween baby. That's what I want.
I don't think that's what you're getting.
You don't know. Good.
Jimmy has a Google. Does he just yell at it all the
Yeah,
time?
who do you think told him to buy it?
That's what I picture. Just Jimmy screaming at it all the time
Yeah.
and just doing random things.
Let's see. 13 people. Very nice, very nice.
And only Jimmy is talking to us.
And only Jimmy is talk. 13 of you, and you leave me with fucking Jimmy. Typical. No thank you. Let's see. Nope, that's garbage too. Crystal
have that
rock, garbage. No. Blah blah. Garbage, garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage. So many emails, and none of them pertinent to my day. Except for this one. Back to, okay, got it. Boom. Alright, so nothing important. Nobody is foaming at the mouth to get their projects yet. Jimmy's the king. Mafia Jim from the east side. Apparently Jimmy has lived in Sodus all his life. A lot of people think he's a New Yorker. I thought he was a New Yorker too, but nope. Apparently he's been a backcountry hick his entire existence.
Sodus is still in New York.
Yeah, but it's a New Yorker from the city.
Oh.
Color filling scroll work? Yikes.
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, rip. I explicitly refuse to do that for my customers. I'll go to the backfilling depth, but I won't do the actual backfilling. I'll tell them how to do it. I'll give them all the supplies, but I don't do that here. Manzy's lurking. That's cool. Lurking. I used to be a lurker before I started a YouTube channel.
439 miles away. What is he talking about now?
I think New York City.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is funny living here because people are like, oh, wow, you live in New York? And I'm like, not that part. All the time.
I just tell people I basically live in Canada.
Yeah.
Like
It's a different state, honestly.
basically Canada.
They should just be separated.
They should.
Bottom of New York and top of New York.
Ah. That would be bad for us, though.
Yeah, that would be bad. But very different.
This is it. I need more lasers so I can start running other projects at the same time. So I'm gonna do, when you're up here and this is like the customer area, I
Which
think
laser are you gonna leave up here? Are you gonna leave any of them?
I'm probably gonna leave the 30-watt fiber and get a 50-watt fiber for the basement.
How are we gonna get the lasers downstairs?
There's a forklift and
Oh, okay.
a bed and a big.
I was gonna say.
There's like a.
Because
Have you
we
not
have
been to the
taken
basement yet?
No, wait. I went with you the other day when we went to that
No,
building.
yeah, we went in the wrong end though. You have to see it on the other side.
Yeah.
There's like a big pit with a forklift at the bottom, and you raise the forks up, push stuff on, and then lower it down. And there's a big, super big hallway. You can just roll the lasers right in.
Yeah, I know the hallway.
But yeah, so I think I'm gonna get a 50-watt fiber, and I'm gonna leave the 30-watt fiber up here for you. And I'm probably gonna get a little baby version of this one, so that you have a fiber and a CO2 up here. And then I'm gonna take the Galvo, the UV, the big boy, downstairs. Because we can't be running back and forth.
Just need windows.
Hey Alex, he's saying in the basement. We need windows. He's very upset that there aren't any windows underground. Manzi says, just an update, the wife and I are staying in the weekend market booth till at least the end of January 2022. That's exciting, dude. I hope you guys make a lot of sales. That's really cool. J-Max says, is there a room or dungeon there we can lock Jimmy in? Yeah, there's some like weird, creepy closets and stuff. Definitely some stashable, Jimmy stashable locations. For sure. Yeah, they make a desktop version of the OhmTech, and it's a little. It can fit on this desk. It's like a little one. Then you'll have a fiber and a CO2 up here. UV projects can come downstairs. Big CO2 projects can come downstairs. High wattage fiber projects can come downstairs.
Yeah. Sounds good. We'll have more room for customers, even though we don't get many walk-ins.
We get a lot of walk-ins.
Really?
Yeah.
They want to wait.
I mean, they call. No, not
Yeah.
they want to wait. They call.
They don't want to
but
hang out with us, which I don't know
they
if
don't
that's
wanna
a COVID thing, because we did open our location right before COVID.
Yeah.
So I don't know if post-COVID, whenever that is, if people will be more willing to wait in the office with us. But it has not been a thing.
Yeah. I mean, the only people that really wait here while it's being done are the firearm guys,
They have to.
because they have to.
Yeah.
I'm going to take these walls downstairs, I think. Probably.
Okay, well, I'm going to get another one then.
Okay, maybe I won't.
Because I want to be able to not be stared at.
But I might swing that back out again and make that a flat wall so that we can put the table and chairs back out there, like the customer area we used to have
Yeah.
when we first opened.
We need to fix the wall where our son has peeled the paint off the wall.
Tom said when we moved downstairs, he would paint this once it was
Okay.
emptied out. But yeah, like a customer area again would be nice, and maybe like another display case to show off more stuff.
We got, right when we opened, we got all that stuff because we assumed we would have a lot of people who wanted to wait.
Yeah.
And we got like coffee.
We got coffee machine.
Yeah, that people never touched because right after we moved in, it was within 2 weeks there was a lockdown.
Yeah. Okay, there's 6. Let's go to 7. One a week.
I don't even know.
One a week. What? Wish this baby would come out.
Same. Felix was nearly 3 weeks old at this point. Fun fact.
It's funny.
This kid, zero intention of leaving. I think she wants to go to kindergarten
Good
in my
job. You're
uterus.
too far away.
Actually.
I don't think you're. I don't think the mic can hear you very well. Can you guys hear my wife when she's talking? I like the.
One customer a week. They want to wait. We have a lot more than one a week, but people don't frequently even seem to have the desire to sit in here and wait with us, which is good because I know
We have a lot of customers
Yeah.
every week. They're just doing drop-offs. They're not
Yeah.
they're not waiting out there for stuff to be done, which is good because I don't like people breathing down my neck while I'm trying to work
either.
anyway. I only do same day, like same minute stuff. Even the same day stuff, I'm like, come back in a couple hours.
Yeah.
I don't want them like waiting here. Even if I can do it in 5 minutes, I tell them an hour. Like, go get a coffee or something, so I can work without having people like just like sitting right on the other side of the wall. It stresses me out, and then I don't do as good of a job.
Yeah. The office building we're in has like a waiting area,
Like an atrium.
but nobody wants to sit here
Yeah, I
there
put the-
because it's cold.
I put the chairs out there, but they
It's
don't
not
sit in those
heated.
either.
Aren't people north of the city called Canadians
Yeah,
practically?
basically.
We could walk to Canada.
No, J-Mac, there's nothing worse than people breathing. If you're breathing over my shoulder while I'm doing your engraving work, you're basically guaranteeing that I'm gonna fuck your job up. That's basically what that is. Nancy's saying yes. Are you talking about the
The delay.
the shows? Yeah.
We never know.
We don't have any conversational context clues. I don't know how delayed it is.
It's a pretty significant delay.
Should be better now that I've lowered the bit rate, but I don't think some people have slid the slider back up to like catch up to real time.
Even at its best days, I've noticed YouTube Lives have a delay.
It's not YouTube, it's I mean maybe it's a little bit YouTube,
Yeah.
but it's a lot this PC too. Just can't keep up. This is what I do every day.
I know.
Isn't that cool? I want to make little Christmas snowflake ornaments. I was just telling the guys too that I'm gonna do the ultrasound card. I thought that would be really
For an
cool.
ornament?
No, just as a project.
Yeah.
For tomorrow, because tomorrow's Friday. I was gonna use these. These are the really nice ones.
Yeah.
These are 0.8 millimeters thick. These are like as thick as they come. Wouldn't that be cool to have like your ultrasound of your baby on that with like a little name and date
People love that kind
and
of
like
thing,
a
yeah.
system font, and it's like thick, good anodized metal. So tomorrow you guys will see an episode on that. I'm gonna stay up all night making it for you.
Now that you said that, I'm definitely going to go into labor tonight. McDonald's coffee is better. Nobody thinks that, Jimmy. You're the only one who thinks that.
She found your coffee,
yeah,
Jimmy.
I was
She
like,
thought
whose coffee is this?
she thought my girlfriend was visiting. I told her that my girlfriend was visiting. Jimelina.
That's stupid. McDonald's coffee is gross, though.
McDonald's coffee is gross.
Dunkin's pretty gross, but
Dunkin's not gross. Dunkin's good. Dunkin smells better. Ha! Clearly, you haven't had a Tim Hortons coffee, Jimmy. Tim Hortons is
we have
pretty
a
dope.
lot of Tim Hortons around here.
Tim Hortons is pretty dope.
Of course, he hates it, though. Sounds like Jimmy.
What kind of upstate New York person are you?
I know. The worst.
Go to Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons and Dunkin', that's like good. You know where you need to go? California. Don't you fuck off to California with your McDonald's and Starbucks coffees. Freak. Yeah. I can hear it too.
I don't even think there is a Starbucks in the county we live in.
In Wayne? No.
Oh.
No, we don't have one here.
He's a Florida idiot. Yeah, he does want to move
That's
to
true.
Florida.
He's a Floridian.
That's your home state.
It's your mom's home state. This looks good. I'm happy with it. Definitely gonna call it here. It's gonna need a pretty serious sanding. I don't know if I'm gonna do it or I might just let the guy do it. But the color and depth looks good.
It looks good. It didn't bring out more of the variation, which is what I was worried about.
Yeah.
Turned it down. The power was a good call. Probably get plastic surgery when he moves down, probably.
Jimmy, that's the first thing he's gonna do when he moves down. He might even get plastic surgery in preparation for his move to Florida. Big tits, fatten up the lips.
Oh my gosh.
Facelift, yeah. McDonald's just bought Tim Hortons old coffee beans. That's funny. I want to move on to other projects.
This one's almost done.
I know.
Very, very close.
I know. I have to start the sign. I'll probably send you home when that's finished because I gotta stop dicking around for the next project.
3 hours. We're about an hour and a half from Buffalo. We're in Rochester. That's right?
Yeah.
About an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Where are you, David?
Apparently he's 3 hours from Buffalo.
I know, but like what
so
direction?
he's either pretty close to us or the opposite direction entirely.
Yeah, it could be Ohio,
Yeah.
could be Pennsylvania, it could be
Is there any point in
Canada.
Ohio that's 3 hours from Buffalo? Yeah, I guess it
sure, yeah.
is. Yeah.
Like all of them.
I don't know. I'm not from here.
Only the top, like Cleveland strip.
Yeah. That's
As soon as you start dipping south, it gets really hard to get to Buffalo.
hour north of Pittsburgh. I do know Pittsburgh. That's where my family's from.
Oh, Hershey Park boy. I've been told to wipe with alcohol. Does that help or do any damage to the wood? It'll dry the wood out if you do it excessively. I don't think a little bit's gonna hurt anything. I don't like using really anything
Yeah.
to clean raw wood that hasn't been finished.
You never know if it's gonna stain.
You never know if it's gonna stain, and it does. Especially
Yeah.
like I used to use Zepp all the time. This stains unfinished wood like nobody's business. It's great if you've done like a poly coat or like if there's a gloss or lacquer on there. Zepp is awesome, but raw wood like this that hasn't been finished, not good.
Yeah, it's really light, so I don't want to wipe it with anything. Is that? Nope. my goodness. So just sand it. We're going to.
I can think again. I can hear my thoughts. All right, that's a lot. 220.
Oh God, what did he notice?
I don't know. Bees coming out. Quicksand. It's coming.
Yeah, I do get the good seat. I made him a whole person, so
It's pretty unpleasant sounding.
it is very unpleasant sounding.
I think.
But it's looking good. That's the new seat.
Good, maybe you'll sneeze the baby out.
I don't think that's how that works.
Achoo! Wah!
That's not how that works. I'm pretty confident.
I think you'll take all the help you can get at this point.
Really pushing the wood so around me.
I could have masked this off with masking tape, but then I would have had to weed all of these little spots, and I don't have the time for that.
No, I think it looks good.
Will you set up this side up? And just swap it with the one that's in there. Thank you.
Well, Jimmy, you're not making a person, so.
What size?
What?
Well, this is 07. It should have. What we're learning today, folks, is that
Not to rely on your trick.
the auto text is unreliable at best. Oh no, EasyCAD's just frozen. Maybe it will interval up. Just so you guys can see what I'm waiting on here. We've got the little spinning wheel of death, and 7 has not gone to 8 yet. We'll keep an eye on this and see if EasyCAD gets over its hissy fit. Sanding blocks work okay, but they're not working super amazing.
It looks really good over here.
Yeah. I can feel it just kind of like sliding around.
Are they too funny again?
They're just not, it's just not sanding the wood. This is the thickest grit that is in the box. I can try a fresh one. I'm out of just normal sandpaper. That's what I really want. Now I regret not masking this. Should have masked it.
Why?
Because it's not cleaning up the way I want it to clean up. Alright. Let me go dig through my bag of sandpaper. I think EasyCAD might be done. I think we might be crashing, which is unfortunate.
Still spinning.
Remove that just in case it decides to start lasering again. This is a used piece of sandpaper, but I think just normal sandpaper will do a better job. Not really.
You slow down.
What? That's just the dust from the sanding? That? This is part of the wood.
Oh yeah, I guess it's up here too.
Yeah, they're all over it. That's looking better. Hopefully the sandpaper lasts long enough to get through all of it. That looks good though. Dude, your new 50-watt fiber must have EasyCAD 3. Yes, it will. That's a promise. Oh, it sucks.
It looks good. It's sanding nicely now.
Dead.
ASMR
ASMR.
stream did it.
Yeah. It's not the most pleasant sound, but we'll be done in a minute. We can move on to something new. I don't think the sanding blocks are made to do like large areas. I think they're like for small. I don't know. I'm not a tool guy. I'm a laser guy. I wish I could just steel white finish the wood. CZCAD's still effed. Can you turn the laser off? Push the buttons from left to right. So hit the laser on off button, then the scanner head, then push the emergency stop. Yep, 1, 2, 3. Wait. Now turn the e-stop back on. Twist it in the direction of the arrows. Then the galvo. Yep, then the laser. Okay, now it jumped to 8. So let's save this before EasyCAD crashes, and it will inevitably crash because we did that. If EasyCAD locks up and you can't get it to unlock, restart your laser, your actual hardware. Okay. And then just the last, if you could put the AK flat back under the machine. Yes. You good? Okay, 8. It's like not doing anything, which is...
No, it's definitely cleaning up. It's not as fast as you would like.
Well, that's a workout. Okay. Alright. And this is why you get a data back. That was worth every dollar that I've spent on it. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
It looks really good.
Yeah, it does. That's awesome. I'll let them, they can continue to sand this.
No, definitely. I would not continue. But it looks great.
It does look great.
I'm going to show the finished product.
Yeah, here's the final view, guys. See if I can do this in a way that makes sense. It's kind of blown out. Hold on. There we go. Look at that. Look at that color. Nice, right? Very even. Absolutely. So, there's that. Done and done.
Don't hit me with that.
Trying. Okay. So there's a project done. It's our first project we finished.
That was one of the time sensitive ones, so I'm glad you got that done. I know. Oh my god. You just dropped it.
Alright,
What's next?
science equipment.
I'm actually gonna head out.
Yeah, I figured.
I gotta go pick up
The spawn?
Our
Oh,
spawn.
yikes. It sucks.
what's that?
I think this is one of these that I've already finished, but if it is, I didn't mark it.
We have a call from you.
Did it work?
Under a laser. Yeah, give me just 1 second.
Monroe Laser, this is Alex. How can I help you?
They never want to talk to me.
Yeah, what's up?